celebrities and 3 dancers remain. But who is dancing with who? Holly Valance. If my name was in this envelope, what would you say?
I'm a lucky girl.
Really? Oh, I didn't expect. Make a note of that. Likes older men. Okay, then we'll see. Holly, who will your partner be? Artem Chigvintsev! A lucky boy! And by the way, Holly,
Yes.
if you feel 2 holes burning at the back of your head, it's Cara Taunton's eye. So be careful with this one. How do you know?
A lot of pressure, but I'm very happy.
Why is Strictly something you wanted to do?
Well, I want to reintroduce myself to a new audience in the UK and hopefully get the support of the audience that supported me with my music and my other film and TV stuff over the years. And also I want to be part of something really successful. And this is.
And what are you most looking forward to?
Learning a new skill. Yeah, I'm not in competition mode yet because we're all loved up and very supportive of one another.
Yeah.
So I watch the pros and just get completely inspired and think I want to do that.
They're amazing, aren't they? It's quite scary because you like watch them and you're like, oh, I'm never going to be able to do anything like that.
I'm going to try.
And have you had your first spray tan yet? Have you been in
No, and I'm dying. I want to get tangoed. So excited.
You're quite brown in comparison.
I am spray tan
Don't worry,
already.
babe. I'm going to be luminescent in a few days' time and make you look pale.
I feel like Oompa Loompa from the chocolate
Oh, you're
factory.
not as orange as some other people. You're quite a normal colour.
I'm going full on colour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many hours of training are you going to be able to do? Are you doing anything else?
I'm
while
hoping to
Strictly's
do
on, or?
probably 5 a day if possible. What do you think? More? 5, 6? More?
I say as
Don't like
much
that
time
face.
as we need.
That's a good.
That's the many
a good-
hours we're
okay,
gonna
that's
do.
good. So I can
So
probably.
it's like, an
So
hour.
practically, if we have to
I
sleep
mean, I take
in the
about
gym.
20 minutes to learn a routine and finesse it for another 20 and I'm good.
Yeah.
Lunchtime.
And have you watched the show before? Do you know what you're
I've
letting
watched
yourself
bits
in
and
for?
pieces, mainly in the US and a little bit here when I was learning about, when I was going to come onto the show. So I think it's an amazing production and being in the set, I mean, it's pretty special.
Yeah, and the costumes and everything. It's
Costumes
just
are
full on.
unbelievable.
What's it like wearing something so revealing? Because it must feel quite strange. All of a sudden, you're
Not really.
walking around in a swimsuit, basically.
We're girls. We're used to wearing skirts and,
Yeah.
tank tops, so it's nothing really that crazy. Just a lot more glitter than I'm used to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get used to that. And is there a dance you're particularly looking forward to?
Paso Doble.
Why that one?
I just love the way it looks. And it's upbeat and sexy and cool.
Yeah. Do you think you can win? Do you think?
Not even focusing on that just yet. I just need to get really good and then get through the first week. I'm going to be doing chunk and chunk at a time.
And what's your pro prediction? How far do you think the two of you can go?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't, because we haven't started training, so I actually have no idea.
He doesn't know if
And-
I'm any good.
The thing is,
He's yet to make up his mind.
be honest with you, unless you've seen everyone performing the first routine, then you kind of more or less know this one is good, this one is that. But in the beginning, before even getting into the studio, you can't really say.
But as
Yeah.
dancers, as contestants go, you've got a pretty good celebrity because she's young and she's danced before, and
Yeah, I'm very happy.
you're a couple of steps ahead of everybody else, I'd say.
No, I think
You
we're pretty
see,
equal.
I think when people start predicting things, it's completely wrong because the expectations should be the same from everyone because everyone putting the same effort into it. So I say, let's see how it's gonna go. Let's not predict anything. Life is so much easier when your expectation is nothing.
Exactly.
So
'Cause
you're,
you're happy
so
with
you're
everything.
setting expectations low and playing it
Absolutely.
down.
Low,
and
just
actually-
none.
just
Yeah,
none.
just none.
At zero.
Yeah.
Art, I'm practicing my hips. What do you think? You are dancing with last year's winner.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
it's a lot of
that's
pressure.
A lot of pressure. Do you feel pressure?
Absolutely. I think that's the point of it. There's a very high expectation. That's good. Makes me want to work harder. And he's certainly working me hard.
Artem, how's
Yes.
it going so far?
It's going good. It's been 3 weeks of rehearsals, tough ones. But it's going well. We'll see how it's going to go today on the night.
And when you first meet and you start the kind of thing, are there tricky moments? Tell us about the difficult bits so far, because presumably it takes a little while to get used.
And the tantrums.
It takes a little while to get used to one another's personalities.
We haven't had any tantrums or tears. We've had like harder days where things aren't sticking, and he's frustrated and I'm frustrated. But I think our rapport's pretty cool, so most of the time we can just giggle about it at lunchtime and go, okay, morning's over, let's start again for the afternoon. Hopefully things will click.
And have you had any tips from Cara?
Yes, we're on text, so she's, wording me up what to expect on all the shows, and she's been great, really good support.
Oh, brilliant.
And Holly, what about you in dancing previously? What have you done? You had to do it professionally, but maybe?
No, not at all.
No.
I mean, I think that the idea is that, you do music videos, you must be able to dance. Not really, when there's like a bunch of cameras and 10 good-looking dudes behind you making you look good, and the entire lighting department. So not really, like a few days here and there of choreography. But it's contemporary and it means nothing now.
Yeah.
I thought I had rhythm. Put in the hours and hopefully progress each week and get better and better.
Artem's staying quite quiet this morning.
I am a bit. I mean, it's quite, it's a lot of pressure to go and perform. First show, it's always the main show. You need to impress people because that's the kind of sets the whole mood for the rest of the season. So you got to be good. You got to be on your point.
And tell us a little bit about how you've obviously seen others doing their rehearsal. Lots of fascination with.
Have you? Have you been able to peek into
Have you seen others?
A little bit yesterday, and he didn't want me to watch, but I did want to watch.
Did anyone...
I think the problem is when you watch other contestants, like concentrating on them and not really what you're supposed to do.
But we all want to support each other.
You do, and I think when people perform, you should, but I think you shouldn't not get involved in the beginning too much, saying, oh, is this person good, is this person...
Yeah. She's a pop temptress and pin-up. But it was acting on Ramsay Street that gave Holly her big break.
Neighbours was where I began. I played Flick Scully, and then I released a single just before I left Neighbours. So I went from the acting world to a serious baptism of fire into the music industry. I think people assume that I can dance, but when you're just shooting a music video, you just have to look kind of like sexy and funky and like 10 sweaty hot dancers behind you. Awesome! You've got a crew of 50 people shooting great angles and making you look good. This is just me and Artem, and he's last year's winner, which means that we've got like a lot to live up to as well, and then that boggles my marbles.
Last year I won the glitter ball and I actually as well got myself a girlfriend. It would be amazing to win twice in a row.
I'm struggling with the cha-cha. Artem doesn't give compliments out willy-nilly.
Oh my goodness, what the hell was that? Me complimenting doesn't really go together. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate it. You really have to be good to get them. It's looking all right.
Is that another one of your compliments? Artem's been hard enough to please, and even though no one's being kicked off this week, hopefully I'll impress the judges in my first cha-cha.
Dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha. Holly Valance and Artem Chigvintsev.
a lovely start. Holly, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I think you're going to be great. I'm really going to be feel glad that one's over.
Definitely.
Of course you do, right. OK, now, whilst you two get your breath back, it's a good time to welcome our fabulous singers, Dave Arch and his wonderful, wonderful orchestra. And of course, we have our judges who I've missed terribly over the summer. Alicia, I've missed you saying those little words of wisdom. I've missed Craig. I've missed you saying darling. Darling, I really missed that. And Len, I've missed you saying 7. And Bruno, I've missed you saying, well, to be honest, I never know what you're saying, so...
I will speak very, very slowly.
Yes, and maybe a little softer. Maybe. But anyway, Len, let's get stuck in here. What did you think as a first offering?
Well, it's not the best first dance I've ever seen, but I'll tell you what... I'll tell you what, it was close. It really was. It could have been a bit crisper in the action. Your legs need to straighten and flex a little bit more so you get a natural hip action. But I tell you what, I don't know who's coming, but they've got to be blooming good to beat that. Well done.
Yeah. OK. Alicia, my darling.
Holly, you are a very, very good dancer. You look sensational and you've got the sexiness down. And for me, you were convincing throughout. I was very, very surprised by the standard. Your technique is actually already at a high standard for the beginning of the show. And I even think you could push it even more.
Oh, she will.
Because it's just those very early stages with the nerves. But I think you're going to be sensational in this competition.
Yeah, I think so.
Very, very proud.
Now then, Bruno, and don't hold back.
Holly,
Oh, here we go.
you can give plenty of very tasty eye candy. Flowingly sensuous, the footwork was good, the extension, excellent. But all that sweet candy needs more bite. Len was right, you've got to go for it with more strength. Go for it because you've got it.
That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Lovely. Very good, Bruno. The liniment is working then.
They're still there.
The linament's working. Right, Craig, what did you think?
Sharper arm placement, particularly in all the finishes. They need to finish crisply. You had flexed knees really throughout. There was hardly any straight leg in there, which lacked hip action, unfortunately. I didn't like your walks. They're a bit clumsy, but I know you can improve those. I thought you had fantastic flexibility, and I absolutely loved the layout. However, the first layout you did, when you did your développé extension, unfortunately, that didn't quite make it. You never quite got there, darling. But a lot to work on, but a lot of good, actually.
Thank you.
Be proud of it. A very good start. Off you go. Be good to her. Off you go, Holly.
Come on, my darlings. Well done, Holly. First dance of the series. No pressure. And what a dance. I mean,
fun.
you've just kicked off Strictly 2011 with the reigning champ of Strictly 2010. Does it get any better?
I hope so.
Well, the judges seem to think you've got more to give. Would you agree?
I definitely agree. It was all excellent and constructive criticism I'm going to really work on this week.
And Artem, do you feel any pressure to hold on to that title 2 years running? Could this be the girl to take to the final
I
again?
don't want to think about it. Let's just take it week by week.
One step at a time.
you.
All right, well, the scores are in.
It's time to get the scores from the judges. Craig Revelhall.
6.
Len Goodman.
7!
Alicia Dixon.
8.
And Bruno Toniolo.
7.
All right, 28 out of 40. Strong start and the first 7 of the series. Has Holly set the standard? Now remember, nobody's leaving tonight and the judges' scores will carry over to next week.